A user of gCADPlus based in the US is having some difficulty, and let me zoom in here, about the relationship between a printed page when they print to PDF and then print to a physical printer attached to the machine on architectural D, is concerned that there's a slight discrepancy from the scaling when he prints in this way. I don't have the particular design, but what I've done, let me zoom extents. I've created a floating viewport on top of a design and model space, and you notice that the view scale is 0.21, but also notice that it's set as a fixed scale. So we want here to print to a scale of 1 to 64, and the simplest way to do that is to go to modify, and I'll put the fixed scale off. Then I'll come back to modify and set the scale again, select the viewport. I'm just following the prompts, and we're going to go imperial. We're faced with a range of scales, and I want 1 over 64 in this instance, and I hit enter, and not a lot seems to happen because we've been rehearsing it, but it's set to a view scale of 0.21. Now, the concern is there's not precise registration between the printed sizes. So what I've done is produce a PDF file here, and I'll go now to my Acrobat reader. So I've printed the paper to an appropriate size sheet, and we've zoomed in on that scale bar, and the Acrobat reader is a nice measure tool, and so I've measured using that tool in the final PDF, which ultimately will go to a physical printer. But as it stands at the moment, when I measure here, I get 3.75 inches. So what should have been 20 feet or 240 inches is now 3.75. And in fact, when I take 240 and use my little tool in gCADPlus, let's go back to it. You have a floating calculator. And so if we take 240 now and divide it by the distance we just measured, which was 3.75, we get 1 over 64. So at this stage, there is precise correlation between the size of that bar in the PDF file, and I'm happy. There could be an issue when you're going from the PDF onto your physical paper, but I'm not in any position to be able to check that. But from my point of view, I'm relatively happy that the print works well enough.